how to elevate your FM knowledge and earn the ProFM credential. Randy Olson, Vice President of Business Development from ProFM, will deliver the presentation. Randy, over to you.
Thanks, Paul, and thanks, Lori. Thanks for the introduction, and I greatly appreciate the opportunity to be with you today, talk about the ProFM Credential Program. I'm going to cover a lot of ground here in the next 15 minutes or so, but would like to make sure that we address questions at the end. So I'll leave about 5 minutes of question time at the end. But I'd like to talk to you about kind of the why. So why are credentials important for facility managers? What is the ProFM credential? Talk to you about how you earn it. We'll walk through a little demo here of the actual product and the online system. We'll talk about a special offer at the end and then wrap up with Q&A. So annually, in partnership with FacilitiesNet, we do a training outlook survey. So we go out to the broad facility management market globally and ask them, kind of key things about their employees, about their job performance, and as it relates to training and development. And the top 3 reasons in 2022 why FM credentials are important are to bridge knowledge gap. So 86% of employers say there's a gap between the skills their team needs and what they have today. The second reason is to elevate job performance. 74% of employers say that FM training and credentials result in better job performance. And then last, career advancement. So employers say that a professional credential influences their hiring and promotion decisions. So clearly, this is an important topic to address. So then looking forward in terms of top benefits of FM training, so from a management perspective, managers say it results in better job performance, there's increased confidence for their staff and increased credibility, which results in better service to the constituencies that they serve. From an employee or a staff person perspective, it really helps them with increased confidence, increased credibility. It helps them down their career advancement path and results in better job performance. So what is the ProFM then? So the ProFM is a program that identifies the key areas that need to be addressed by facility managers, and it creates that common framework or that standard for training and development for what's required of FM from a skills perspective today and into the future. The program then teaches those topics, and then last, the ProFM gives you that seal of approval. So you're able to demonstrate not only through what you know, but how you apply it, your competency and your knowledge against those topic areas that are identified in the ProFM body of knowledge. So that body of knowledge was built, in 2017, revalidated the summer of 2021, and it again identifies the 24 things that every FM should know, and it is structured into 4 functional knowledge areas of asset management, risk management, business management, and operations and maintenance. So with each one of those, within each one of those FM knowledge areas, there are 4 to 6 individual topics that are addressed within this body of knowledge. Think of this body of knowledge as the roadmap, as the blueprint of everything that the FM needs to deliver on to be a competent and excellent facility manager. So those are the technical skills, if you will, required for FMs today and into the future. And then last, there's 5 cross-functional competencies, and really think of these as soft skills, and they thread across every technical solution that's delivered. So things like communication, sustainability, quality, innovation, and collaboration. And as we built this body of knowledge, the FM industry felt it was important that each time a solution is delivered, that these 5 really soft skills are factor into the final solution that gets delivered. So again, this was developed in 2017, revalidated in the summer of 2021, and it developed the roadmap for our path forward for the ProFM Credential Program. So looking at the program itself, it's updated in 2022, but there's 3 kind of distinct, unique components that are delivered within the program. And the first is reading materials. Those are delivered electronically and also optionally in print. The second piece is a set of intelligent and interactive online study tools. So it's really based on a platform where you log in and get access to tools to help walk you through the program. I'll walk through some of those tools here in a minute. And then last is that seal of approval, so that validation. So there's two parts to that validation. So it's a knowledge exam, so testing on what you've learned through the program, but then applying that to real world scenarios. So to test not only what you know, but how you apply it. Now, there's some new things that were, come into prominence over the past 2 years. And, I think we can all agree on this call that there's been a lot of change. There's been a lot of uncertainty in the facility management world. There's been a growing retirement issue that has been, kind of exasperated by the pandemic. But with that, the market identified that there were some key things that needed to be added into the program, things like global health emergencies, hybrid working, remote work, and how all that relates to a facility manager and how they deliver a solution. So again, most current relevant program that was updated in 2022. In fact, we just released that here right before the NFMT conference, which was the end of March. So in the program, as I mentioned, there's three very unique components that are tightly integrated together to deliver this all-in-one solution. So with this program, you can log in from any device with any internet connection anywhere and get access to all the tools that you need to walk through the program. So in the program, there's a clear learning path. There's clear steps laid out as you log in. First is assess your current knowledge, then study for success, and then pass your exam and earn your designation, earn that seal of approval. So all the study tools and assessment are delivered in this system. So it's all in one at one cost. So the first step in that is to assess where you're currently at. So how do I line up with those 24 things that I talked about in the ProFM body of knowledge earlier? And that's done through a pretest. So you're able to take a pretest and it'll tell you, give you a nice report on how you line up with each one of those topic areas. So once you have that, then, so rewinding a little bit, here's a sample pretest question that would, that you would answer as you assess your knowledge through that pretest. Next, then you would move forward and create a study plan that's unique to you. So based on how you did in that pretest and assessing yourself against those 24 topics, it'll create a nice roadmap for you and a nice plan for where you should focus your time and how much time you need to spend on each one of those topic areas. So again, it's based on your pretest scores and your comfort, your personal assessment, your comfort in each one of those topic areas. So it becomes a very manageable, very systematic way of going through the program that you can go through in bite-sized chunks. So next, then you can walk through and use the study tools that are delivered in the platform. So the study menu gives you access to those reading materials that are delivered electronically. So there's a module for each one of those functional knowledge areas and a module for those cross-functional competencies. Again, optionally, you can get those in print if you'd like those in print. Also gives you access to section quizzes, so you can go through a section, understand that, gain that knowledge, and then assess your knowledge as you go through. And then study tools like flashcards, comprehensive glossary of terms, all the things you need to be successful in learning and applying that knowledge in the final assessments. The next piece of that is the reading materials, as I talked about, again, available online and printed. So there's an embedded e-reader within the program that will take you through and allow you to gain that knowledge as you go. And then those end of section quizzes. So as I go through a section, then let's review and let's make sure we understand that. In each one of these questions will give you the appropriate criteria for what the right answer is. So you get kind of immediate feedback from these section quizzes to help you walk through these. These are available as many times as you'd like to access those section quizzes. And then then you've got to prove it out, right? So how do I measure, how do I understand if I've gained the knowledge and I'm able to apply that knowledge? So we have two assessments, two parts of the assessment. One is pure knowledge recall, and it just tests you against the knowledge that you've gained within the program. And then second is taking that knowledge then and applying it to real world scenarios. So really situational judgment type questions. You have 90 minutes to complete each. There's 75 questions for knowledge. There's 50 questions for the application exam. And then upon successful completion of that, you earn your ProFM designation and you get recognized. So that is the seal of approval. That's the stamp that you gained the knowledge and you now are able, you're able to be a competent, you build your competency to deliver better solutions to your constituencies. So how do you get it then? So no matter how you go through the program, you always use the same set of self-study tools. So those tools that I showed you, that's always consistent, no matter how you want to go through. But there's multiple options for going through. First is self-study. So if you're motivated to get through and you can systematically go through on your own, this is a great option. So you can do this on your own time, and plan that out through the Smart Study tool and walk through it in a self-study fashion. We add then to that, if you'd like to have some coaching along the way, we have ProFM qualified instructors that run 7 coach sessions online. They're about an hour to an hour and a half in length that really help keep you on task and give you a lifeline to an expert around the ProFM program. And then last, if you'd like to take this in a classroom, we have partners, college university partners, consulting partners that deliver this as an online or a classroom-based program. And they'll go into detail in each one of those sections. Along with gaining the knowledge from the ProFM, you have the opportunity then to network with your peers. So there's multiple options for going through the program. All right, so for attending today, and we're getting tight on time here, I'm going to take questions soon, but you can apply a 20% discount for attending today. That discount code is DEMO20. If you go to store.profmi.org, use that discount code, you would get that discount on the program. And then in terms of free resources, I should have mentioned this at the beginning. I'll mention again as we wrap up with Lori here in a minute, but there's free resources out on our site. So profmi.org, I've covered a lot of ground here in a short period of time, but profmi.org would give you access to a tool we call Map Your Gap. So do a self-assessment against how you line up with the ProFM body of knowledge today. You can download a detailed ProFM body of knowledge document, which describes to you the learning you'll gain in each one of those 24 areas. And then there's a ProFM Credential Handbook out there. In addition to that, those statistics that I shared earlier, this Training Outlook survey, we've just wrapped that up. We're just pulling that together. So that will be available in a white paper form out on this site as well. So with that, I've covered ground. Lori, I believe we're going to open it up to some questions. So I will throw it back to you.
Great. Thanks, Randy. You did talk about 3 different learning options, but could you talk about how long this takes to earn?
Yeah, so really dependent on learning style and how quickly you can really gain that knowledge and be able to apply that knowledge. You have access to the program and to the exams for 12 months. So the longest this typically takes is 12 months. On the short, it's 2 to 3 weeks. On the average, we see 60 to 80 hours of time to get through that. So 60 to 80 hours of study time to successfully get through the program. And of course, then if you have the printed modules, you always have the printed modules to refer back to.
Great, thank you. And how does ProFM differ from other training that is available?
Yeah, so we felt it was important, and the market felt it was important to address everything needed in one program. So you'll find pieces and parts of this across several different programs. This is all in one. So everything is addressed that the facility manager needs in one program, which makes it very unique. Time is a premium for facility managers, so we wanted to make sure we condense that time, but hold them to a standard, and make sure that they're measured against a standard. In the formation of the body of knowledge, speaking of standards, there's two key standards that were key inputs into that. The ISO 41000 series of standards that are globally recognized, and then in the US, the Federal Building Personnel Training Act help provide the model for that ProFM body of knowledge. So a very unique program, all in one, one cost, all contained in one place.
Great, thanks.
I think we're good, right? Is that all the questions we had, Lori?
I think just one last question. Are there ways to break up the payments on the program?
Yeah, so there is a pay over time option on our store where you can pay for the program over a series of months. So yes, that is an option.
Okay. So before we close, any final thoughts, Randy, for the audience?
Yeah, I think that this slide says it all. If you go out to profmi.org, there's a lot of great information out there. You'll find testimonials for the program. You'll find benefits. You'll find videos describing pieces and parts of the body of knowledge. So that's a key place to go. And certainly, if you have questions, reach out to us at profmi.org. And again, Lori and FacilitiesNet team, thank you for inviting us to present today. We greatly appreciate it.